Hello everyone, it's early in the morning and we're going to try to get some baking done before the extreme heat of the day settles upon us once again. But I really wanted to let you guys take a look at Samantha's cookbook from American Girl. This one of course is set in 1904, so Samantha was quite a departure from the previous three. We had a girl from the Revolutionary War, we had one from the Civil War, and we had one who was immigrating from one country to a brand new one. And then we had Samantha. Now, think Titanic first class. She was an upper class girl raised by an upper class grandmother in a large Victorian mansion. So we're getting to see an entirely new side of America. So let's go ahead and see what was in her favorite foods, get to baking, and of course do that taste test, because if it's anything like the first three cookbooks, I think this one's going to be really good too. So let's go ahead and get started. And here is Samantha's cookbook. It's just like the previous ones, in which you get history of what cooking and kitchens would have been like in her time. Of course, one of the big difference is that Samantha had servants. You get some really fun little snippets of history during that time period. And the recipes in here look pretty good. They're very simple because remember, this is geared more for children to teach them how to cook in the kitchen. So you're not getting anything overly complicated. I really enjoyed the fact that for Samantha, they gave her a really nice, what would have been a wealthy dinner of the time period, because you've got your several courses. So if you wanted to, you could make a complete 1904 dinner, which I thought was really nice. Now, I didn't choose any of these recipes because, quite frankly, I feel like most of you guys already know how to do mashed potatoes, green beans, that kind of thing. So I thought we would do a dessert out of her favorite foods chapter. You have Samantha here cooking, and you've also got a list of what would have been her favorite things to eat. And the apple brown Betty just kind of called to me. Now, I know with apples and cinnamon and vanilla, that's kind of a fall dish, but I've got these 4 apples just kind of sitting on my counter calling out to me to be used. So I'll go ahead and get these peeled and sliced, and then we'll come back together to put the rest of these ingredients together. So I did my apples in slices. This recipe is actually calling for you to do them in rings. I think that would look really pretty, but I don't have an apple core. I have about 1 million gadgets crammed in a couple different kitchen drawers and thought I had one and I couldn't find it. So we're doing slices. So in goes part of our apple crumbs. Then we're going to take half of the apples, put it on top of that. Then goes part of our brown sugar. Some dots of butter. We'll sprinkle all of that with cinnamon. And then we're going to repeat that. And now on top of this, we're going to do 1 more ½ cup of the breadcrumbs, 1 more tablespoon of butter just dotted around, and then 1/3 cup of milk, and just pour that all over it. And now this is ready for the oven. And while that's baking, we're going to go ahead and make what the recipe is calling a hard sauce. So I've got my softened butter in here. We're going to add our powdered sugar. And they want us to just kind of smash this together until we get a nice creamy consistency. Okay, not too bad. That looks nice and creamy. And then we can add our vanilla. And once the apple brown Betty comes out of the oven, we can actually drop this by spoonful on top and let it kind of melt in. I've never done that for, you know, like an apple dessert like this, so this is going to be really interesting. And that's it. Now we just set this aside and let the oven do its work. I think we are finally done baking. Oh, the smell is really good. And I think it looks really good too. You can see it bubbling up with that nice sugar milk syrup. Oh, doesn't that just make you want fall to go ahead and show its face already? It's so easy to get excited about summer when it first comes here, and then after a couple months of extreme heat and humidity, you're really just ready for pumpkins and Halloween and craft festivals and just weather you can actually get outside in. So we're going to pretend it's a little bit of a cooler day and we're going to crunch into this apple brown Betty, but we've got one more step. And it's our hard sauce, so let's go ahead and dot that all around this, and we'll let it melt into it. And you can see it's already starting to melt into it. Let's give this a couple minutes, and then we can finally taste it. Okay, I think that's enough waiting. Let's go ahead and try this, because I don't think I can stay away from this for much longer. So let's go ahead and get us a bite, because with the way this smells, I think this is gonna be so, so good. All right, let's go. This is going to be really hard to stay out of. The sugar caramelized on the bottom, which gives it a really great texture and taste to it. It's surprisingly not too sweet. I was worried with the brown sugar and the powdered sugar that it kind of might be an overwhelming sweetness, but it's just the perfect amount. You can really get that good cinnamon and apple taste to come through it also. So it's really just a joy to eat. Man, this is so good. So this is yet another great recipe from these cute little cookbooks. Samantha did not disappoint. So I've really been enjoying these cookbooks, and I've really been enjoying the recipes because they're simple to put together, but they pack a taste punch. So that's a really good combo, something that you can easily do, but it's also going to taste good. So these recipes would be easy enough for a child to learn in the kitchen, but also be rewarded by it because it's actually going to be good food. So thanks for watching, and the next time we do an American Girl series, it's going to be the last cookbook I have. It's going to be Molly from 1944. She's one of my personal favorites. I love her, and I will show you why, because I've actually got some pictures of myself when I was a child, and I kind of looked like Molly just a little bit. So I was really happy about that when I was a kid. So I'll see you then. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye.
And if you like historical cooking and unusual cookbooks, here's 2 more videos you might enjoy. And make sure to like and subscribe for more foodie adventures.